Alright guys, today we're taking a look at a game on the Infinity game table that I'm really excited about that I don't think is getting enough attention. And that game is called Fourzy. Fourzy is basically an evolution of the game Connect 4. Connect 4, obviously, we all remember growing up as a kid, playing that game with our families and parents and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. And this game is kind of like Connect 4 brought into the modern era. Not only are the graphics in this game really good looking, I love the art style in the game. It runs really well on the Infinity game table. They have a lot of options, a lot of, you can be different characters. You can play against the CPU, which has 4 different difficulty levels that you can select from, which is really fantastic. Different levels that you can select, as you guys saw before. And the gameplay is just really fun. And what makes the game different from Connect 4, even though you are essentially trying to match up these 4 creatures that you're basically playing with, and whether it be horizontally or vertically or diagonally. But what really sets this game apart is, of course, the actual things that are going on the actual map. You can see that sometimes there's ice things that block you in certain ways, sometimes they move you in certain ways. It adds a crazy amount of strategy. There's a lot of variety in this game that I can't wait to show you guys. Definitely a game to check out. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here we are on the main screen of Fourzy. So Fourzy is definitely one of my favorite games on the Infinity game table. I'm actually surprised it's not getting more recognition and more praise out there, because I think this game is fantastic. Like we talked about in the overview, this game is like if Connect 4 crossed with like current gen gaming, where you have a bunch of different abilities and new strategies to basically worry about in Connect 4, and it's a really good game. So let's go ahead and dive in and let's take a look at a few things, shall we? So there is a settings icon here at the top. It gives you the option to change the music, the sound effects, and the vibration there. There's a tutorial as well that you can explore on your own that shows you how to play the game, of course. And then there's tokens that you can earn while playing the game. So if we go ahead and hit play here, one of the things I really like about this game already is that it actually gives you an option on how you want to actually play. You can either play side by side, which is what we're going to do here. So one person's on this side, one person's on the other. Or you can play across from each other. So one person's on the right side of the table, one person's over there on the left side of the table. Really good. More games need to do that. So this is the area selection. So this is the field that you're going to be playing in. So you can see that there's 4 available currently, and you can see one's coming soon. So let's go ahead and just select this first one here. And then there's a bunch of different characters to select. So you can select here, if I wanted to rotate out and put this guy on for player 1. There you go, Mr. Bun is over there. Then you can leave Mecha Bunny over there. You can switch it and do whatever you want over there. You can also set a timer here on the corner if you want. So you can set a timer so the person who's going has a certain amount of time limit. And of course you can play the CPU as well. So I can go ahead and change this from player 2 over here and put back the CPU. 4 different difficulties for the CPU, which is fantastic. For this reason of doing a tutorial and showing you guys, we're just going to put it on level 1. And then we're going to hit ready to play. So here is the beginning of the level. So you can hit the question mark right here. And then you could touch any of the boxes and it will tell you how the actual game functions, because it only tells you that the first time you played. So obviously I already played the game, so it's not going to go through this every time you launch the game. But you can always hit that question mark and get more information again if you want a refresher like I do right now. So it says here, a Fourzy will stop when entering a goop. A Fourzy already stuck in the goop can be pushed off by another group. So you can see how that works there. It gets pushed to the side as you go. So a lot of different abilities or a lot of different things that you can do when playing a game. And of course, the grass here is just a blocker. It says blocker Fourzy is going to enter or move throughout the space. So you can see when you start here, you basically can go around the board and go anywhere that you actually want to go. Just like in Connect 4, you're going around, you're picking where you want to go. And if I put it right here, you can see here that the group, just like the instructions say, it means I stop right there. Now, if I come over here and I put the second one, it pushes him along just like the instructions say, because when you hit somebody in the group, it pushes them along the line, and now he's in the second group. I'm going to come over here and block the computer from being able to get 4 in a row. So he can't do that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and come right here. We're going to put this over here. Computer's getting in my way also. Let's go ahead and go here. So you can see what the strategy is like in this game here. You're basically trying to get 4 in a row, like I said, in any way, shape, or form, whether it's diagonally, vertically, or horizontally. And if I eventually push this guy along, I would get 4 in a row, and I think we won because I don't think there's anything he could do about it. Pushes him along. Player 1-1. As you guys can see, I got 4 in a row on that area. So you can then go ahead and hit rematch, of course, or you can go ahead and hit the main menu. Now, if we return to the actual main menu here for a second, going back to the token section, you can see all the different things that happen in the game that we just saw. So the goop is here, and if you click on the goop, it here also tells you exactly what it does with a little bit of an animation of exactly what happens. And these are all the other things that could happen. It tells you the bush is a blocker like we talked about. It tells you these arrows that basically force your group to go in the direction of the arrow that's there. You know, there's an ice one where the ice is slippery, so he goes to the second one. There's a sand pit and stuff that happens here. So the sand kind of strikes him on his track when he hits the second sand. A lot of different things that actually can happen. Here's a snow one. It creates friction. Unfortunately, will stop on the second snow it enters. So a lot of different variety. There's a bomb one here as well. When a Fourzy enters a bomb, the bomb will explode and remove that Fourzy and any Fourzies in that same row or column as a bomb, which is really cool. And you can also try them out right from here. So anytime you click on one of these and you want to play that specific one, you can just go ahead and hit that level. But it also just randomizes while you're playing. So if I were to hit here again and do side by side here, and now I hit the Enchanted Forest, and I leave the players exactly the same, and I hit ready to play, you can see we have a new thing that's now happening, one that I have not played before. So it kind of randomizes while the game starts which ability is actually going to be on the board. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two. So in here, for example, it says a Fourzy entering the water will immediately stop. A Fourzy can be pushed out of the water, but will only move one space. So it's a little bit different than before, where the group pushed us all the way to the edge of that line if he got pushed out. This one only moves us one space forward. So it's a little bit different than the other one. And we also have moving ghosts. So we have two things to worry about. So this one here, the ghost will move one space after each turn. Each ghost follows a pattern. If the next space is occupied, a ghost will skip to the next open space. So you got to worry about the ghost getting in your way every time. So that's a really cool effect too, as you can see here. But yeah, guys, that's a little bit of what Fourzi's like on the Infinity game table. I hope that gives you guys a good representation of what Fourzy is like. Like I said, I think it's a fantastic game. I think it deserves a lot more attention than what it's actually getting on the Infinity game table, because it's definitely in my top 5 games on the Infinity game table. I mean, it has the really good art style that works really well for this game. The graphics are great. The game is perfectly smooth. No issues with that at all. It's unique gameplay, a game that I have not seen before that's made for the Infinity game table, which is specifically designed for the table, because I think there's other versions out there like on iOS and stuff, but this version was catered to, you know, local multiplayer play, which the other versions don't have. Like, you can actually play split screen on here, whether it be on the left side or across from each other. So it really lends itself to a game like this on the Infinity game table, and I think they did a fantastic job, you know, making the game specifically for the Infinity game table and taking advantage of its features. It has CPU play, which I know a lot of us always want CPU, so when we don't have other players to play against, we can still play these games. And this one does have CPU. The infinite variety that you get in the game, the crazy amounts of strategy that this game has to, you know, go against your opponent is insane, with all the different variety of options that you have there that I showed you. A lot to play. Always a game that's fun to bring out at parties for 2 players, because it's really simple to understand. Hey, you're just trying to line up 4 tokens or 4 of these characters together, whether it be horizontally or diagonally, and that's it. And that's the game. And, oh, and by the way, here's the things that the map is doing. And then people are on their way. I love having this one out for parties. People have a lot of fun with it. Guys, this game is really, really good on the Infinity game table. If you have the Infinity game table, I urge you guys to buy it. Like I said, this one is my top recommendation on the table and one of my top 5 on the table. Deserves more attention. So, if you guys have any questions about what you guys saw in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.